Hello, this is John Paval with Access Arts Live, bringing you the latest word about two excellent live streams of chamber music and orchestral music, which will be happening in just a couple of hours, about 2.5 hours time from now. Right now it's 6 o'clock in Europe. It's noon on the East Coast in the US and 9 in the morning on the West Coast, which is when I try to do these live streams to bring you up to date. And we always do one on Monday and on Friday. But tonight, it's about these two super live streams because they're so good. I wanted to give you a reminder about them. Years ago, a Polish genius was born. His name was Juliusz Zarębski. He was born in 1854 in the little town of Żytomir, which is currently in Ukraine, but back in those days, it was a part of Poland and had traditionally been so for some time. He was a precocious child. By the age of 16, he had finished his studies of music at the what the Europeans call the gymnasium level. So he went to Vienna to study composition. And then another 2 years later, he went on to St. Petersburg to study composition there for 3 years. So this is like 5 years later, in about 1875, he moved to Rome to study with Franz Liszt. And he became a protege of Franz Liszt. Franz Liszt would orchestrate his Danse Galicienne in 1881. Liszt and Zarębski toured all of Europe during the years 1875 to 1881, again and again with great success. In 1878, Zarębski showed up at the Grand Exhibition of Paris to give a demonstration of how to play the double keyboarded piano, which had been recently invented by another genius, a French genius, Edouard Mongeau. And people were so impressed by it that he got an appointment to be the professor at the Royal Conservatory in Brussels, which he would continue to do until 1883, at which time he couldn't keep up doing performances any longer, and he had to cut back on all of his activities. And by 1885, he was gone. Well, we all know about Franz Liszt, but I'll bet you almost none of you know about Juliusz Zarębski. But you have a chance this evening to find out about him, because his quintessential work, the one which scholars in this field say sums up the best of Juliusz Zarębski, is being live streamed this evening at 8:30 in the evening European time, 2:30 in the afternoon on the East Coast in the US, 11:30 in the morning on the West Coast. It's being live streamed by the Chopin Institute as part of its Chopin and his Europe International Music Festival. It will be played by the Belcea Quartet, accompanied by pianist Yulianna Avdeeva. Who is the Belcea Quartet? Well, the Belcea Quartet is a terrific quartet that's been around for some time. And if you want to hear Zarębski played well, I can't think of a better group to play it. It was founded by Romanian violinist Corina Belcea. That's where it got its name. It includes now also on second violin a Korean-Australian violinist Suyeon Kang. It includes the Polish violist Krzysztof Korzelski and a French cellist Antoine Lederland. Now, these guys have done complete recordings of the string quartets of Bartók, Beethoven, Brahms, Britten, and others. Okay, they've also promoted a lot of new works by current living composers. I can't give you the list. You might not even know their names unless you're really following contemporary music. From 2017 to 2020, they were the ensemble in residence at the Pierre Boulez Hall in Berlin. So these are people that you want to hear this music from. It will be live streamed free of charge on YouTube. In the comment section, you will find the link. If you go there, please, by all means, jump into the comment section and say hello to Access Arts Live, because we'll be sure to be present and watching. And we love it when people show up and say, hey, thanks for turning me on to this concert. Now, if that doesn't suit you, if that doesn't float your boats, wait another 5 minutes till 8:35 European time, 2:35 on the East Coast, and 11:35 in the morning on the West Coast, and you can tune into the Stage Plus live stream direct from the Salzburg Festival, one of the greatest of all festivals, where the Vienna Phil is going to be playing Hector Berlioz's Symphonie fantastique, which is always a great experience to have. That's the symphony which he composed in 5 movements, unlike other movements. Kind of rewrite, and in many other ways rewrote the book on how a symphony could be written or should be written, and opened the door to an awful lot of things that we take for granted now in symphonic music. Now, that will not be free of charge. That will cost you €9.90 or $11 to view that. But if you do buy that, that's a 1-month subscription, and you will get several live streams from Stage Plus during the month to come if you take that 1-month subscription. So it's not for one concert. That's what we have for you today. I'll be back tomorrow at 6 in the evening European time, noon on the East Coast, 9 in the morning on the West Coast, to bring you up to date on all that we have for you. Coming up on the weekend, there are several very interesting numbers, and also several live stream organ recitals that are happening on Sunday as well. So there'll be both classic and very contemporary music this weekend, brought to you by various parties. Okay. Ciao for now. And remember, follow us on Facebook or one of our other places where you view us here, because we're live streaming on 5 or 6 different platforms, and reposted our messages to other people you know who love the performing arts. So together we can gather together online, all these people, and we know you're out there. All these people who love the performing arts, but who don't necessarily frequent them when they're online. The more of us who watch, the more of it we'll have, and the better it will get. And we can edge them eventually towards more immersive kinds of broadcast of the performing arts, which will be even better, which will actually put us in the concert hall.